basically your whole life, for most of your adult life, you've studied the sequence being what the joints do while they're doing it. Is that right?
That's correct.
And you pretty much to the end of the model, right? You know when it moves and why it moves. Hogan, all the models, everything's been taken into consideration.
Everything.
And basically, you know, we're going to get out there and get into this, but we're basically teaching our body to make that club move in a straight line, right?
Straight, plain line.
That's
imperative. That's imperative.
Yeah, we want to make that club just slice the apple, as you say.
Slice the apple.
Now you can go up and around and all over, but the best way is
simple. And that's what we try to do, is really simplify this thing. And when it is, that's what I mean. It doesn't take any natural ability to do this with.
We took a complex journey to come to a simple solution.
And when you get to that simple solution, it will blow you away. And not too many people find it in a lifetime.
Are you going to get me in there today? All right.
Now, what we're going to do, we're going to step into this golf ball. Okay, and I'm going to show you the setup without the club. Now, I'm going to step into this golf ball. I'm going to be close to it just to show. Okay. Now, I'm going to play the ball 1 inch off my left heel. I'm going to turn this left foot 25 degrees out to the left. Now, if a person's ankle's not supple enough, you can turn it as much as 45. Okay, it depends upon the flexibility and suppleness. So what I've done is I've turned the left foot up. Now, I've taken my right foot and I've squared it up to my left foot. And I've taken my right foot and I've turned it out 10 degrees. Very important we do this in order for our feet, ankles, heels, and step to work correctly. Now, I've measured my shoulders. They're 16 inches apart. So I want the distance for a driver, for me, it will work between here to here, 16 inches. Now, when I flex my knees, I put my hands on my hips, and my fingers are pointing to the ground, and my hips and fingers will go directly to the ground. I can feel my hands and go directly to the ground, straight down.
Drop straight down, right?
Straight
Gravity.
Down. I don't let it go back at all. I can feel my hands going back. I don't let it go forward at all. And bang, straight. And I do a lot of drills, and I have a slot here where it just stops. Boom. And there's 3 ways I can do this. I can go back, stick my butt back out, or I can
stick your butt the other way forward.
The other way forward. Okay, where it's on. The weight is right in the middle of my feet, right in the middle.
Boom. Boom. You feel it down in here.
Right in there. Okay, now, that's the next move. Here, right here. Now, to load my legs, I bring my instep in, my knee in, and my thigh in. Instep, knee, and thigh. Now, the weight's still in the middle of my feet, but as you can see, my legs are loaded. Ready to go. Ready to go. Can you feel that?
Love it.
Love it. Now, my lumbar, my lower back, I'm going to bend 15 degrees forward from my waist. 15 degrees forward from my waist. Now, I don't let my buttocks push out at all, go back at all, and I don't let it go forward. So it's my lower back, 15 degrees. Okay. Then the second is the thoracic.
How you doing, man?
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Right there. There's your thoracic. 15 degrees down. You see where that's separated right there, okay? You see how it's straight and it's forward. Straight, forward. Straight, forward. Okay?
So you've sort of set it up to where it's just everything's going to drop, isn't it?
It is. Everything's going to drop. But this here, because we can't make this would if our back was straight, would make a flat shoulder turn. We're going to drop our neck 20 degrees down. We're going to drop the neck just a little bit to the right and bring our eyes 5 degrees inside the target line. Okay. Now, we'll be looking at the ball through our pupils, the middle of our eyes. The middle, and if we're back here like this, remember how we used to look down at the ball underneath of our eyes? We're looking right, here's our pupils. We're looking right in the middle of our pupils. We'll be looking at the ball.
And the reason, Paul, is that it's slightly tilted to the right is because we want to look down the inclined plane, right? The inclined plane is right here, right? Is that right?
Right there. And our hands and arms will be going inside, right?
Yep.
Okay. Club head backward, upward, and inward. Okay. Now, if I were to take my eyes and I were to
turn it
this way, my hands will want to follow my eye plane.
Yeah.
Okay. If I were to take my eyes and go this way here, my hands would go this way. So if I set my eyes and pupils right on the golf ball, turn my eyes exactly on plane, my hands will follow my eye plane.
So let's go through that one more time on the steps. Next, bend into position,
right,
and then I turn my head slightly to the right.
Yeah, very supple. You got it. Just supple.
So now I'm on slightly inside.
Yeah.
Looking right down there.
Right, and your pupils. Are you looking at the ball right
down there? So now I can feel that my hands want to
go inside.
Want to come inside there.
If
I go here a little bit,
yeah,
they want to go outside more.
You can feel that.
Oh yeah.
Now the next move I do is my pressure point. Imperative. This is the whole golf swing right here. This is the most important part of golf. I have 3 pressure points: 1, 2, and 3.
And what you mean by pressure points, Paul? I'm just going to help here. Is that if you squeeze just the top piece against your chest, that would be called sort of 1. If you took a big chunk, like half your bicep, that'd be a 2, and then 3 would be all the bicep.
That's correct.
So you like in this case, we're talking a 1. Is that what we're talking?
Okay, now, at address. Okay, there's my slot. There's 1. And you see this gap here?
2 left over here.
Right.
Yeah.
I have 2 left over, and see this gap here? On my backswing, I try and maintain that gap all the way to the top of my swing. It doesn't widen and it doesn't narrow. Okay.
It doesn't go to a 0 and it doesn't go to a 3.
Exactly.
It just stays at a 1.
It stays as a 1.
Just a total connection there. You attach it a 1?
Yes.
Show me what you're 1.
Okay, and it's on top of the chest. It's not along side of the chest.
Not the side.
Not the side, and not across. It's
on top.
Top of the chest. There's a bone right there.
You found a slot there.
I found a slot there, and this has become very soft and flexible, and this has become very
and they just sort of knit together. But I feel the muscle there. That's now. Should I put a handkerchief? Would that work?
No, because I want you to have the feeling between this and this here. Okay, there's a.
It's
like
been worked together. I feel it. It's been exercised right there, and
so much.
It's like I could put my finger. You could squeeze my finger, and squeeze the blood out of it.
Right, and so when I take my arm and I just drop it down, there it is. Boom. If I take it, but if I used a tear, I wouldn't get that feeling. Okay, which I established between my inner and my armpit and my chest. So on the right side, exact same thing. There's the 1 pressure.
1. This would be a 2, and then a 3 would be all of that.
Right.
But just a 1. But
just a 1.
That's all developed there.
It is.
Yeah.
Totally developed.
It's developed to the point where if you put, and I've done a lot of it, put your hand here for me, and you feel a squeeze.
You got it.
You feel a squeeze.
You feel this bone here and this bone right.
You feel a squeeze.
Squeeze right there.
Yeah.
Right.
And that develops very quickly. We want people to know, right?
Yes.
You do the drills.
Yeah.
They join together.
But you wouldn't get the same feel if you used a towel.
I understand.
Okay.
I'm with you.
Okay. Now, what has happened here is my upper arm now has become part of my chest.
Yeah.
My upper arm has become part of my chest. Okay. And they never, from address to impact, they never leave. Never leave. Okay.
So let's review. So we're right here. I come in right out and I drop.
Yep.
And I get the weight and my legs. I don't go there,
No.
and I don't go here. I'm straight down, and then I'm going to bend from my waist just a little bit, and I'm going to get my attachments. Am I looking good to go there?
You're looking awesome.
And you know what I like the most about this right here that people are really going to like, Paul, is when I drop, and then I squeeze in just a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
Oh yeah.
I'm live.
Yeah, and you're alive. That's it. Now, my hands are real close to my left thigh. My elbows,
There's 3 ways that they can hang, right? There's
one.
They could hang all the way this way,
Right.
all the
Two.
way, or all the way that way, or somewhere in the middle, right?
Right there. Okay. This is 1, 2, and 3. Oh, right there.
Right there.
Right there. On both arms. Very important. Very important. Yeah. This elbow here is pointing 45 degrees.
Off the hip,
45 degrees.
like Hogan's book, right?
Yeah. No.
No, Hogan was more here.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
if you were to see Hogan hit a golf ball, it would be like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was here.
Yeah.
When
he's
going to pull me
no,
out.
No.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Not only that. Watch what happens to your shoulders when you pull them back. See, when I pull no. When I pull them back from here, see my shoulders? They're
Yeah.
so supple. Now it pulls my shoulders back. So my shoulders can either be pulled back and straight across, or they can be what I call 45, or you can
Hunched
bring them
over.
hunched. See the way the idea? Okay. This tells me, okay.
So you're saying the position of the hang of the elbows controls the shoulder girdle?
Right. So okay. Well, put your hands on my shoulder. Now.
Yeah, it pushed them way
Push
back.
it way back. Now she brought them in
Yeah.
45 degrees. Now
And
she.
it rolled them out. Yeah.
Yeah. See it.
So we want them.
So
I'll do it.
besides this being rolled
Rolled.
over, okay, this here is
rolled as well.
Rolled as well.
So if I did that experiment, I went way here, you put your hands on my shoulders.
Yeah. See.
That's
now,
that way.
Yeah, did you
And
feel
then-
it pull it back now?
Yeah, and then this is this way.
Yeah.
So you're right in between.
Right in between.
Yeah.
The one thing that I found in learning the golf swing that saved me, because I probably wouldn't have gone any further, is every component has 3 ways it can go. Like we said about the elbow.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Or you can be cupped, flat, or bowed.
Yeah.
Your shoulders can work vertically, horizontally, or angled.
Everything's got 3.
Everything's got 3 ways. So you got something to work with.
Yeah. You got to know which one you want to
You
nail.
just got to nail the one down.
Yeah.
Okay,
We're going to
left
talk about
hand.
the grip here.
Okay. I pre-rotated clockwise 45 degrees.
45.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm still in P2.
The elbow is still
Yeah.
in the same
Right.
position.
Now I've taken the club. And I've right here.
There's 3 ways you could put it, right? You could put it
Okay. In the
really,
middle.
really diagonal, or
Okay.
you
That would
do
be
it
okay. You can put it below
below the lifeline.
the lifeline. Below the lifeline.
Yeah.
You can put it right in the middle of the lifeline or on top of the lifeline. Hogan would be here.
Okay. We
Now-
like right on it, right? Right on the lifeline.
Right in the middle of the lifeline.
Okay.
Right
And
in the
then-
middle.
And across to this pad, right?
Right
On the index finger.
on the end of it.
Right into this pad of the index finger.
And
So it goes there and then right to there, right? Like a hook.
Perfect. We're right on. Look at my hand. Look at
Yeah,
yours.
there. See?
Right.
And then the rest just wrap, right?
Okay, wrap. Now, I have a long left thumb.
Why do you have the long thumb?
Okay, why do I have the long thumb? Now, with the long thumb, it creates greater wrist cock. Okay, the pivotal point is right under this part of the thumb right here. This is the pivotal point. Okay, right here. So that's where the club is pivoting. It's like a seesaw. You know, if
Seesaw.
you put
It's
this on a
it's
seesaw.
the pivot of it.
Pivot of the thumb. Now, if I shorten my thumb like this here, like this here, I wouldn't get as much flex.
Okay.
You see that right there?
Mm-hmm.
I can't get it. Now, if I lengthen the thumb, it really gives me flex. Now, Hogan was so flexible, he had to shorten his thumb.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, or on his downswing, the club head would hit his butt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you see. Now.
Now that looks,
So-
you don't have to have that. It would be the player's choice, right? Like for me,
Right.
I'm flexi, I have a short thumb there, so.
Yeah, but I mean, I could work your thumb. See, now I've worked, I'll do 100 of these, 100 of these, 100 of these. There's about 4 different pressure points, and you get 1, 2, 3 pressure points right there. Now, the thumb is on the half side of the club. Now, it can either be on the top, aft the right side, or
Way on the side.
underneath. Okay.
So let's say if this was, if this say was 12 o'clock and this is say 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock's too much, 12's no good, it's maybe 1:30 right in there?
Sounds real good.
Yeah. Okay.
Sounds real good. Okay, so that's gonna ride piggyback on top there. It's not be this way. It's gonna ride piggyback.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
Where's it laying?
First pad.
Yeah.
Yeah, first pad right there. Right. Okay, there. Now. Okay, now. That sits
Male,
right
female.
in there, right in
Male,
there,
female,
right there. You see my right pad
Touching that.
underneath. It's
Yeah.
underneath, okay? And boy, you got to work that. And then this thumb here, you have to work at a real supple here, okay? And this thumb works as a lever. And you showed me that years back, with the indentation in the finger.
That's right.
Okay, and she works as a lever right there, okay, to keep that in place. And no holes, right?
No holes. No leaks.
No
If there was water in there, it wouldn't get out.
No holes, no leaks. But and the way to work this sometimes is you can
From up underneath.
I do this all the time. Lots of those, and then I do lots of these to keep it under. My tendency,
Because a lot of people
my
get there
tendency is getting it over here.
too far.
Yeah, and it's awfully hard. You have to keep this right hand. See, this right hand is rotated 20 degrees.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's underneath. She's definitely underneath. Exaggerated too. I try and get it under as far as I can, and then when I bring it over, I'm saying,
Hey, it doesn't look so bad, right?
yeah.
Yeah, right. I see that. Wow, that's a strong package, isn't it? Once you get it on like that, it's a strong.
Oh yeah.
Feels one, right?
Oh yeah.
One.
Feels like one. Oh yeah. She's ready to go. Yeah. She's ready to go. That's probably the best grip
You put on in a while.
you've ever seen me. Yeah, right there. That's a good grip right there.
Mm-hmm.
See, and it's all working together. And my wrists are level in a neutral position at address. Now, that would be cocked, and that'd be uncocked. Okay, see. So that'd be a neutral position. That would be cocked, and that would be uncocked. Right in a neutral position right here. Right here, as you can see that. Back here, okay, I set my grip like Hogan does.
Yep.
Okay, set that grip. Then I also set my
Both of those.
pressure points. Pressure points. Okay, I'll walk diagonally to the ball. So many steps. Okay, I'll turn. I'll take my left foot and set my left foot first. Take my right foot, set my right foot. Okay, then just drop my knees and then drop everything down. All together. I don't want people to be doing this, and this.
No.
Okay, after you've done the drills enough, it will just fall into place.
Yeah.
And
a lot of people are going to have their own way that they get into it.
into it. No, my way was not
I think the point is that they're going to find their slot.
This slot, that's it.
Because I walk
That's
in
it.
and I come in and I use my right foot.
Right,
and
right foot.
We don't want them to change that.
No.
We want them just to be aware of the slots.
Yeah.
I've already got my hands on, right? So,
Yes.
So I come in and I'm drop, waist, top, attached. I'm pretty much ready to go right there.
Yeah, and we get the tilt to the right, you get the tilt forward. Okay, that's beautiful. Left foot is 25 degrees out, his right foot is straight. He's square to the target line. Okay, his knees, hips, and shoulders are squared to the tiger line. Okay. Now you're not setting up to this ball, are you?
No.
Okay. Now his hands are over his left heel. Okay, his butt of the club is sort of. So he's leaning forward slightly. His head and his neck and his head rotation is perfect. His eyes are perfect. You couldn't set to the ball any better than you are right now. I don't know how it feels.
No, it feels like a slot.
Okay. The weight's in the middle of your feet.
Middle of the feet. My legs are pressed in.
Move back and forth. This here is bent 15 degrees. Perfect. You got the roundness here. You got your eyes on the ball. This here and this here. And
now I can already tell that the only way this club wants to go is what we're going to talk about next, is how it's going to get away from the ball.
Right. I'm not a natural athlete or anything like that. I have to work at it, okay? And this, when you hear somebody say he's got a natural swing or something like that, you better be careful when you look at it.
Well, people have said to me, I've always had a natural swing, right? When Steve Elkington hits the ball or whatever, he's got a beautiful rhythm or whatever, or wise cut, any of those. But you know as well as I do that I work on it all the time as well, right?
Exactly. But you don't need natural ability
to do what we're talking about.
We're talking about, and this is what I love about it. It's a quiet ability.
I've got my knees pinched. I feel my legs are live. I'm bent over. My arms are attached to my chest. What is the first thing? How are we going to take this club back? What is the first thing we're doing here?
Okay, we're going to use the first pads of these two fingers right here.
Okay.
The middle two fingers. Okay, real lightly, we're going to take the club back with the pads of those two fingers.
That's going to be sort of the trigger.
The trigger. Also, this right index finger, the first joint of the right index finger will also come back and pull the club in an inline condition.
Okay.
An inline condition which will flatten the left wrist off.
Okay.
Right here, I have a slightly bent left wrist. Okay. So when I pull this back, bang,
Bang.
It's inline. It's just a slight little bang, inline.
Yeah.
Like pulling on two ends of a rope.
Yep.
Right there. Okay. So these pads.
That's your trigger.
That's my trigger. That's what starts the club backward. I'm going to do it the right way the first time. Okay. Which we're going to have perpendicular wrist cock and rotation.
Okay.
Okay. Now.
So
he's going to pull back here. As he's pulling back, he's going to have perpendicular wrist cock plus the rotation. That is absolutely perfect right there. Okay, see, and that club face is going to match his left wrist.
Yep.
Okay.
Right out of the gate.
Right out of the gate. Bang. So he's pulling back with these two fingers, lighten up your hands, and he's getting an inline condition, flattening left wrist out, perpendicular wrist cock.
Yeah.
So what it will look like with the both hands is this here. Here. Now, if now I can reverse it, I can reverse it, or I could go this way here.
Yeah. So can I add that if we take this left knuckle, left knuckle out and around, we don't want.
Don't want.
Left knuckle under we don't want. So it's right up the middle.
Right up the middle. Right up the middle.
Right up the middle. And as we go along here, people are going to see that there's three ways that all these joints move.
I want them to see that.
There's wrong, and nuts on. Yeah. Right?
Now,
okay.
Our right hand will cock, okay, and rotate, and it's going to be pulled back, okay? She's going to pull back, cock, and rotate. Can you see that right there?
Yeah.
Can you see that right there?
Kind of goes up that way.
Yeah.
Up that
see,
way.
And the big thing is this is my number 3 pressure point, okay? And Homer Kelly, this is my sensory device. This is my swing right here. That first pad that first pad. I'm going to load that baby up. That senses direction, acceleration, and that's all I'm going to think about when I hit a golf ball eventually, is that pad. And I'm making sure that that number 3 pressure point is right on plane. You see how that, it's not down, it's not here.
Yeah.
Bang, she's right on plane.
All right. Here's the plane.
Yeah,
right
here's
there.
the plane. Here's the plane.
Right there.
And I've cocked it right up the plane.
Yeah. That's right.
Right up the plane.
That's right.
But
It's
the
a
illusion
bit of an
is
illusion that it
it's
looks
outside.
out.
But I'm still flushing
Sure.
the plywood.
Of course.
Yeah.
When you do it correctly, from my view, it looks like I'm cocking the club outside, but because my elbow is going to bend, it's coming in. So let me see if I can do that.
Okay.
So I've come in, and I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull up on this wrist. Let me pull up on this wrist and get that wrist cock, not out and around, not under. So it's just bam, 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 bam.
There you go.
No mistakes so far, right?
No mistake.
Now we're going to talk about the legs.
Okay.
We've got a little pressure inward, and as we cock this club, we're going to cut ourselves off, and we're just going to talk about the legs here now.
Right. Okay, great. Okay, we're going to,
Weights dropped in.
weights dropped in, everything's dropped in. You don't need a club to do this. Okay, once again, knees are in. Now once again, this right leg is going to straighten. It's just going to go from 20 degrees straight up. Now I don't want you to lock it. Now once again, it can work 3 ways. It can work to the right.
Yeah.
Okay, now when she worked to the right, my tailbone went right.
Yeah.
Never want the tailbone to go right. Now I'm going to do it the correct way. When she straightens, she's going to straighten with a little angle to the left.
Just on the angle of the leg almost, right?
Right angle of the leg is
Yep.
correct. It's correct.
So my pant leg here, I'm going to straighten it. So my tailbone
Perfect.
moves 1 inch,
1 inch
this
to
way.
the left.
What that does is it's got me right on top of that ball.
Right on top of the ball. Okay, right on top of the balls. And the third way it could go too far.
Too far, which
Too far.
be
There you go.
too much.
Too much.
Yeah.
And that's usually the reason it goes too far is if we have a flat shoulder turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if she goes this way, it's because our
Other way.
shoulder went
Yeah.
downward. Okay.
Now what is this one doing?
Okay. Now it can go 3 different ways. It can move straight out. It can move parallel to the target line, or she can move 45 degrees to the target line. We want it to move in this direction right here. Okay. If she moves parallel, it'll push the hips. The hips won't turn. If she moves straight out, you'll have too much.
Too much on top.
Okay. Now, if moving, that's
Boom.
perfect. It's easy. That's why I do it on my bare feet. It's a lot easier to see it. And your ankle, and
Instep.
instep, and heel will
Very
move.
flexible.
Move that way, right there, and it's really flexible right there. Moving right there.
She's moving
Yeah.
inward.
Inward, yeah. Inward, right there. Right there. There you go. 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 Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
Okay.
Okay?
Good.
Perfect.
So we take this up to where club shaft is parallel to the ground.
Correct.
Now, and you've spoken about all in this tape about this elbow. There's 3 positions this elbow can be in, and we've got what we'd consider neutral. We're calling that 2. We've got out. We're calling that 3, and we've got in. We're calling that 1. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. Now, at address, we want it at 2,
Exactly.
right in the middle. We don't want it out there, and we don't want it in there.
That's correct.
And the left is
Same.
same. Now, once we've gotten that club and I pulled up on those fingers, and as I feel, Paul, my legs, my left knee is starting to point to the left to the ball, and the right knee is straightening. And as I come back up here to parallel to the ground, is and this is nicely attached right there. This is very important right here, is how, and to be honest, this is a really crucial point right here.
Yes, it is.
How do we get the shaft to go up the inclined plane? Because we know it's easy to lift it at this point, or roll it.
Right.
And what's the correct way?
Okay, the correct way is, okay,
We've got to
our
there.
hands, now our right elbow, which was 5 degrees bent, okay, now we bend the right elbow 25 degrees, right to here. Okay, now the next move is the left shoulder starts down.
That's down.
So what it will look like is hands, here's my wrist crock, right elbow, which pushes my right shoulder back, and the upper arm is against the rib cage, against the rib cage, and then it's the left shoulder. So it looks like this, boom, left shoulder.
And once that's parallel to the ground there, my elbow is touching all the way.
All three pressure points right there, right on your rib cage, right on the rib cage.
Yeah.
I love that.
So I'm right here in the elbow. Up here is just a little one.
Yeah.
But as I come back, it's one of the things that I check.
Yeah.
Is boom, it comes right into me.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice. That's perfect. That's perfect. Now he still has his left elbow in P2, and both elbows are in P2, and he's still attached to his chest.
I haven't done anything here. Nothing here. So I just pull up on that right and bang right into the rib cage.
Right into the rib cage. You mentioned this is going to brush against the inclined plane all the way up.
Yep.
Okay. Now the hands are the same distance from the ground as they were at address. This is very important. Everybody picks the hands up. Okay.
That gets the left shoulder moving.
And that gets the left shoulder going down.
So if we're 2 feet off the ground,
2 feet off the
we
ground.
still want to be 2 feet,
2 feet off the ground.
2 feet off the ground.
Very, very important.
And what that does, you can see from this view that it gets that left shoulder moving.
Moving down. Right. Very important.
So
Everybody lifts.
if I go up, the left shoulder's not moving.
No.
And the shoulder
Perfect.
can go 3 ways. You can go out and around. Don't want that.
No.
You can go real steep that
Vertical?
way. No good.
No.
We just want it like the
Angled. Down
like
and around.
the roof of a house, right?
Exactly. If I keep that left shoulder working down and around, bang, I'm perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect right there. See the steepness of my left shoulder?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what people start to do is they'll start up,
Yeah.
and the left shoulder will come up.
They think this is what they're trying to monitor.
Yeah.
The shaft, right? They're monitoring
And
the shaft as
shaft.
opposed to the
To the shoulder.
shoulder.
See, now I'm going to just do it with just my as Homer said, your arms are going to follow your shoulder plane. Now if I have this attached and I don't lose the attachment here, bang, there I am there. Now, and I continue that attachment, and I continue the right shoulder plane, the arm is just going along for the ride.
Mm-hmm.
It's just following the shoulder plane. Now to make it even a little easier for you for a drill, now for my drill here,
Split the hands a little
I'll
bit?
just split the hands, and I just use this to guide it here, and I'll just bring it back, bang, right there. You see how my shoulders brought it to this point here. See, so when someone says, well, gee, Paul, your left arm is really inside, well, where do you want me to put it?
Yeah.
See, now, if 3 ways it could go. It could go
Away.
parallel,
Yeah.
away, or she can go on plane, which she's working in a straight line like we talked about too, Steve.
Yeah.
Okay, or she can go,
Mash it right in.
or she can go this way.
Yeah.
So she can either go this way, this way here, and what I've done is, boom, right there. That's as simple as it is. Now he's turned his shoulders. He's turned his shoulders 20 degrees, and his hips have turned 10 degrees. The shoulders are leading the hips at this point right here.
Now, I've got to take this elbow now.
Yeah.
I'm in position 2. Now I've got to torque it to position 1.
Exactly, perfect.
There's not much movement there, but it's crucial, right?
Yeah. But in the drills that we'll be showing you is when we do it here, this is very flexible, very supple, very flexible, very supple, and now when I'm doing this, my elbow doesn't come out, my upper arm's still against my rib cage, or she doesn't go back when I'm doing it. She stays right on my rib cage,
And that sends it up the
and
plane.
that sends it right up the plane. Now, as I'm going from
The position
2
2
to
of the
1,
elbow
2
to
to
the
1,
1. Yeah.
I'm loading up
Yeah.
this pressure point right. I'm loading that baby up. That's my leg and drag right there. This is my leg and drag.
You feel it. I mean,
I'm
it's just-
loading that sucker up.
Yeah.
Because when I come down,
It's mashing against it
the-
more.
The throw out action of that number 3 pressure point, throw out action of that, and that leg pressure, that gives you that
Boom.
ballistic missile.
Yeah.
Okay? So now, as I continue, and I have about 50% wrist cock, as I continue up, it's 90 degrees. Exactly 90 degrees. Boom, boom, exactly, okay? Okay, now when I bring it to the top, it's exactly 90 degrees, okay? Now when I bring it back down, it's 45. 45, back to 90, to the ball.
Boom.
So it's 100, 90, 90, 45, 90, ball.
All right, let me see if I can do that. Here I come, here I come. Now, here I come. I've done the drills. I know the drills, so here I come. And the left shoulder's going right up. Boom.
Oh God, that's beautiful. Right there, right there.
Okay. And left arm is parallel to the
my
shoulder plane.
Plane, okay. And my right elbow is bent 90 degrees, perfect. My hands are just outside my right shoulder.
Which is outside the right shoulder.
Just outside.
If his
okay.
hands were
And-
only in, say, 20 degrees, they would never appear. They would appear in the middle of the body.
Right. Or if they came back too far, then
They
I
appear
lose.
too far.
Then what would I lose, Steve? I lose my pressure point.
And your elbow would be bent too much, or
Too much, and it would break down. Yeah.
Yeah.
The left arm would break down. So my elbow is pointing down to the ground. Okay. Left arm is parallel to the target line. This angle here to my chest is about 25 degrees. Okay, and my hands are just outside my my right shoulder.
And Paul, is it true that it goes? We have a single attachment here,
Yes.
and then we go to 3. And as it rides up and the elbow does its work and its magic, it goes back to 1.
Goes back to 1, and the elbow from the rib cage, here, is 3 to 4 inches.
Yeah.
Good. I'd like to have you extend that right arm. Okay, now she's 90 degrees. Perfect.
Yeah. Perfect.
And this left arm is in line with the shoulders, and the hands are just outside the
Silhouette of my body here.
of your right shoulder.
Yeah.
But it's right here.
Yeah. Now, that was a good spot.
Fire it up here.
Now, this is another really, really important piece here that we've got to discuss. That's helped a lot of people right there, but we want to talk about the tilts here. Now, we're 15 degrees from the waist bent over, and another 15 from the thoracic.
Right.
As we get up to the top, we take the thoracic tilt out. And people might say, well, wait, I've never heard that before, right? But if we left it in, it would look like this, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
So we come up
Lee
and we
Trevino.
take it out.
Yeah.
And that's what gets it up there so nice, right?
Yeah.
Just really light.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, there's 2 tilts. There's a tilt this way. This is what people are going to be this is what's going to help their game more than anything. Sideways tilt, front back tilt.
Just 2 tilts.
Once we understand them, as the golf machine would say, they not only do they cease to exist, but then you can utilize them, right?
Right.
So let's talk about what's going on with the 2 tilts.
Okay.
We've got 5 degrees, and we've already talked before about the neck tilt to the side, so we're looking down the inclined plane.
Right.
Here we come, here we come, here we come, here we come, here we come. Take the tilt out right there.
Right. And what Steve has done, go back to address position. Okay. And he's going to take the club
Parallel to the ground.
to the ground, and he's still in his tilt. Still in his tilt. That's very important. Then he's going to go to where his left arm is parallel to the ground. He's still in his tilt. Forward. Now, to come out of your tilt just to show him what you look like.
Yeah.
No, he's still in his tilt, right there. Now, as he's going up to
The top.
top, he comes out of his tilt just at the top of the backswing.
Up we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Staying in the tilts. Start to move around the corner, around the corner, corner. Now, at this point, we start to feel this coming out. Is that right, Paul?
Correct.
And the side tilt actually goes from 5 degrees to the right to 5 degrees to the left, but you don't really feel that one. Is that right?
That is perfect.
Okay, so if everyone takes the fingers and puts it on their navel,
Right.
that's the center of gravity.
That's the
So
center.
there's also another center here because it's
here.
bent, and there's
Right.
another center.
And your head and
Neck.
your neck. Right. And your head and neck is the
Head and
center.
neck.
Okay, and it's a straight line.
We want to keep them straight.
Straight line.
That's
now,
the goal.
If you keep these three centers in a straight line, and you move your shoulders perpendicular to your spine,
You can only go so far.
it has to come out.
Has to come out.
When I get here, here, and I bring it up here, and I have a drill I do, is bringing it back here, just boom, boom. And how I found it was when I brought it back, momentum took me out of my tilt.
Yeah.
Now, if you watch an 8 or 9-year-old kid hit a ball and the club's too heavy for him, you'll see
Come up out of the tilt.
he automatically comes out of the tilt. And basically every golfer does.
You want to know. You want people to know that it's okay. It's correct.
It's correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the point.
That's the point. Now,
So-
if we stayed in our tilt, like Steve said, would look like this at the top of the
Yeah.
backswing. Same way on the forward swing, if we stayed in our tilt, we would look like that.
It's very important for people to understand the tilt. So I'm gonna try to do the whole thing that you've taught me so far. I got my attachments.
Okay.
I've got my grip. I built my stance. I'm sat down in there. Pull back. What do you see, Paul?
Okay, let's go to lunch.
Now, what you've said to me that you've always stressed to everyone is you've always said you're not a teacher. You don't teach the swing, but you
Teach how to learn the swing.
You
I can
can-
only teach you how to learn this golf swing.
you will sort of find your way, so to speak.
Exactly.
The student will do the drills, and he'll find what you call the slot,
Exactly.
the slot for them.
Right.
And the slot there'll be all kind of slots. There'll be a slot at the address
But the correct slot will be revealed to you.
by the exercises and by knowing the overall
Picture.
picture. Now, we're at the top of the swing,
Okay.
and this is where you've got to know, and this is the reason that your tape is called What Moves When. Well, here we are up the top. You know, our left leg is pointing at the ball. Our right leg is straight. Is that right?
Right.
Okay.
That's
The thing that we are now getting ready to do is the big thing.
Now, my first move from the top is my left ankle, left knee, left hip, and left side of my midsection. And that's going to put me into a sit down or a squat position.
Now, there's 3 ways that you can move this left knee.
I can move this almost straight out, okay, which would cause my right hip to go back behind me and everything will go behind me.
Okay.
Then I could move it to the left
Straighten it.
here, which would towards my heel, which would cause everything to come out.
Okay.
Okay.
So what's the
So-
correct angle?
So
Is
the
it-
correct one is the one in the middle. Boom. It keeps
and
it.
from your view, doesn't the first move come down this angle?
Exactly. Exactly. The weight is right in the middle of my foot. Now, if I go any further, it will take my tailbone
Too far.
too far, okay? And now I can't straighten my left leg and my whole upper body. Now, if she goes inside, okay, my left foot, then I'll be inside.
Yeah.
Now she'll back up.
Okay.
So it's right here, and
All right.
then she straightens right up.
Let me try that from this side. So here I am, Paul. I'm upstairs. Now, the first move that I'm going to make is bam, down,
But turn it, yeah.
yeah,
There you go.
down
That's it.
down the shoe line.
That's perfect. That's
I don't want to go straight. Is that right?
That's correct.
And I don't want to go over there.
There you go.
That angle down the shoe, and they'll see as we go along here that gives you this slingshot power. Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So the first thing that happens at the change of direction here is bam.
Oh, that's beautiful. And what he did, and what he did, go back. Now, what he did is he turned his ankle, starts with his ankle, and boom, 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 boom.
Boom. So there I am.
There, right there.
So now what comes?
Now, when I make my first move, okay, with my left knee and left hip, my upper torso will be sliding and rotating with my lower body. Now, the key words is sliding and rotating. Okay, the same thing. What we do often is we'll slide, but we won't rotate.
There are 3 ways you can come down into the ball.
I could come down this way here, okay, or I could come down with the shaft straight down, or I could come out.
Out.
Okay, so it's out.
So what guarantees the guy coming down on it? What
is it left knee, left hip? Right there. Yeah, now you hit into it. Oh, you're perfect right there. Do that again. Now hit into it hard. Oh, yes. Oh, if you could do that, Steve. Right there, you're perfect.
So Paul, the first thing is bam, that left leg, bam. The right arm then also comes in and reattaches.
Yes.
Is that right?
Right.
So there I am. So what am I looking at here? I'm looking at, I love this. What's the degrees here?
My hips here are 5 degrees close to the plane line. My shoulders are 30 degrees close.
Close to the plane line. Got it?
And that shows me during my slide, I rotated.
Got it. So here I come. Bang.
Yeah.
And this is the move. This is the one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the move.
Huh?
That's the move.
Yeah.
That's the move. And what he's doing at this move at the top is his arm is 90 degrees. First move, and his upper arm is 3 inches from his rib cage. First move is he drops the upper arm against his mid, and then this arm will unfold 60 degrees, from 90 to 60. Right there, right there. And the next move is the wrist will cock.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you have 45 degrees. The upper arm will come back down and to all 3 pressure points will be touching my rib cage. Boom. At the same time, my right arm will extend about 60 degrees this way here. My wrist will cock, extend here 60 degrees, and my wrist will cock so that left arm and shaft are 45-degree angle. So basically it looks like that.
Okay, now, we saw Hogan, everyone, right? They come up here, we see all the great ball strikers when they get up to this point and they put that in, right? All that. And then the twirl, the 5 degrees of side tilt, that twirl there, and the shaft starts to lay down right on plane. Can you just expand that thought of the twirl and how that lines up?
Okay, now he's going to drop his right shoulder 5 degrees, and that will turn this knuckle 25 degrees. Right there.
Yeah.
Right there. That knuckle right there. That knuckle right there would turn. You can turn 1/4 of an inch. Yeah, right here. Yeah, see the way the finger is? Now, she can come down this way here. She can turn 1/4, or she can lay off down here. And that finger, right there, boom, or she can turn 1/4 of an inch, or she could lay it off.
So, as this comes down, when I get to here, if I just come straight down, there's no way I can unfold it. So, I come in, bang, and this shoulder drops.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah.
Now that turns.
That's perfect.
Now this whole arm wants to collapse open. It wants to open up in a sequence. Right. Elbow, wrist, right like this.
But the shoulder, chest, and upper arm all come down at the same speed.
Yeah.
Okay, all come down. It's all one unit.
Bang, bang.
Bang. And now it's all one
There.
unit. Now all you have to do is get that unit back down to the ball. Okay, now when I drop it in, bang here. Now when I drop that right shoulder, bang. She dropped in. Okay. Now the club face is still square, right? Now if I were to open the club face, I'd open it this way. Square, close it. So if I dropped it in and I dropped it and I opened the club face, it should look like that. Open. If I dropped it in here and dropped the right shoulder, it should look, and turn it this way, it should look that. You can't do that anyway. You can't do it. Okay. Drop it in, she's square, and then when I turn that right knuckle a quarter of an inch, bang, there she is.
Stay right there. Now you
Square.
got the whole thing's just laying all down.
Okay, now I can start the club down in this direction here and then continue it. Now look where the
Looks
butt,
too steep.
look where the butt end of the club.
It's inside the
be.
plane, because the plane's obviously sort
Right.
of somewhere here, right?
See where the butt. Now that butt end of that head of the club will come out
Cross.
and it will cross. Now when I'm bringing it, I'm going to bring this club straight down, and I'm going to bring this club with the
On plane.
on plane. Now, look at the,
It's
Look
20
at-
degrees.
okay, look how much more that club head has to travel. Look at the velocity
saying
and
it-
acceleration
Yeah, I
that
see.
I'm going to have.
Yeah.
You see-
You've
see
made
the
a
difference?
deeper swing. More.
Well, deep, but look how far it has
Yeah.
to go.
Quarter of a turn here shows up as 20 degrees up here.
Up here. So this club is going to travel at a greater distance to get back to the
More
ball.
hammer hit. Yeah.
And then this club here. So if it's traveling at a greater distance, it's going to
Have more mash. More smash.
more speed,
More speed, more smash.
more smash, whatever you want to put into it.
So when you put the twirl in, we saw that the distance it travels, so it's greater velocity. The club face angle does not change when you put the twirl in. Is that right?
Right.
No, because it's just rotating around a circle there.
Circle,
Yeah.
right.
So it just stays on plane.
On plane.
Yeah.
This here is the incline. This here is the straight plane line. We want it to come down. This here. So we're putting it on the straight plane line here. We want it to come down.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't want it to come down this plane line. A lot of people said for Hogan to get the club to go like this, he dropped his arms to do it. Well, he didn't. See, when Hogan did it this way, his hands and arms came out in front of him.
Come out with it.
They came this
Came
way.
with it.
Came with it. It was this. It wasn't.
Right.
And see, and people, he fooled people by.
Hogan
thought
had a lot of drop, right? Hogan had a lot of drop.
But it was out in front.
A lot.
No,
Yeah.
no, the drop. No. He had a drop here.
Drop.
Yeah, which we do.
Hogan had a lot of that.
That right there.
And then when Hogan put the twirl in,
Twirl.
put the side tilt, he had it just lasered the plane line, right?
Right. But his
It's out in
hands
front.
came out front.
No dropping.
No, a lot of people thought he did it by dropping his arms
He didn't
inside.
do that.
He didn't do that. That was a myth in it.
Yeah, it's an important point.
Yeah.
First move we have to make from the top is bang with the left leg
Yeah.
and into the rib cage.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we're going to put that quarter of inch turn to the right,
Mm-hmm.
which is 5 degrees of side tilt,
Mm-hmm.
which, as you say, it all sort of happens automatically, but we're going to walk people through it
Oh,
because
okay.
we're going to walk them through it.
Okay.
So that puts that there.
Yeah.
That twirl that everyone talks about,
Yeah.
that's putting in the side tilt 5 degrees. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. Now I have to sort of, again, this is going to happen automatically,
Mm-hmm.
but addressing the 20-degree forward that we have to put back in,
Right.
it automatically starts to drop
Stop.
back in. Now, for me, I feel like I've got to put it in a little bit,
Okay.
and that starts the whole arm motion down the plane. Is that right?
Perfect.
Okay. So right away, all of that 20 degrees goes right back in.
Right back.
Right at the top.
Right at the top.
Right after the twirl.
Right after the twirl.
Got it. Bam. Okay, so we're doing good.
Yeah.
The side tilt is still at 5 degrees.
Exactly.
This tilt's now at 20, forward tilt.
Correct.
Now I'm coming down the plane.
Right.
As this drops down to parallel to the ground, we put 15 degrees more side bend in, so now we got 20 degrees of side
Right.
and 20 degrees of forward. Is that right?
Perfect. Okay, now at this point here, okay, my hips and midsection turn my upper body down to the ball.
Okay.
Now, this arm, shoulder, and chest are all moving at the same speed.
Same speed.
Now, what I see most people do is just
Throw it at it. Throw their arms
just
at it.
Drop their arms at
Yep.
it. Now, what keeps it at the same speed is from my sternum down to my crotch. I turn the cylinder, and the cylinder turns my upper torso. Okay, and I have the perfect tilts, so the direction will be perfect. Bringing my arms down to, you see that here, and then
I do.
boom. It's very important. The elbow leads the forearm. Okay, this little bubble here leads the forearm. Forearm leads the right hand. And the last thing through impact is that right index finger. So she unfolds like this. If you don't want the forearm to lead the elbow, you don't want the hand to lead the forearm. So our next move is we're going to have 2 more inches of lateral move, but we're going to
Circular. Simultaneously.
But we're going to keep rotating our hips and right down to this point right here.
Yeah.
Okay, here we are.
Yeah.
Okay,
This is it.
This is
money time.
This is money time.
Yeah.
This is money time. Now, we're going to rotate. This is our center of gravity, right here. We're going to rotate our hips around the center of
Yeah.
gravity.
Like grabbing a little ball.
Okay, rotate our hips around the center of gravity. Now, so we're going to bring this club here, parallel to the ground, okay, and rotate our hips around the center of gravity until she's parallel to the ground over here.
Okay.
My hips, right leg, right foot, right side of my midsection, they're all turning together. And what they'll do is bring my upper torso down to the ball. They're all connected. The right thigh, the right hip, the right side of the midsection are all working together. All working together. You don't have any of this going on. It's all working together. Left side, left thigh, left hip, left side of the midsection, all working together. Okay, watch me bring it down. You can really see it right here.
Yeah.
See right here. See, it's my.
Yeah.
Now, this rotation of the hips induces a throw-out action. The throw-out action is centrifugal force throw-out action or reaction. Listen to me close. Throw-out action. Now, what this means is it uncocks the left wrist.
Can't stop it from doing it.
It starts to straighten the right elbow, okay, and it supinates the left hand, or supinates, and the shaft will seek its inline condition. This is what it will look like. Throw-out action, centrifugal throw-out action, reaction. Because of the rotation of the hips, will uncock the left wrist, straighten the right elbow, not fully straight until after the ball, and then supinate the left. When the right elbow is straightening, there's a pressure point
Pushing
right
action,
here.
yeah.
It's pushing action. She's going to supinate that left hand.
Yep.
That left hand. And this is done in a sequence.
Yep.
Not simultaneously. This throw-out action is then when here, and it's a maximum trigger delay right at this point here.
Yep.
Okay, so boom, boom. So it's boom here until both arms
Straight.
are perfectly straight.
Yep.
Okay, then that draw pulls all our centers in line, all our body centers in line. Our upper arms are still on our chest, and I have that inline condition from my left shoulder to the ball.
Long moment arm.
Now, the only reason we can straighten the both arms is my left arm is the furthest from my right shoulder at this point. Okay.
Here we go. First thing at the top moves, left leg,
Left.
knee, hip. Open
right
up.
There. Okay, it's all tight right there. All tight right there.
Elbow into
Right.
the rib cage.
Right, elbow into the rib cage.
Okay, now.
Now,
A little bit of shoulder tilt.
right.
Down, right?
Right, yeah. Shaft
Good-
right
good
on
shape?
point. Good shape right
What's the
there.
next thing to move?
Okay, next thing to move is your hips and midsection. At this point here, will turn your shoulders and chest down to the ball. There you go. There you go. Do it again. Okay, good. Good. Do it again. Good. Okay. Keep them tight now. Keep them tight. Keep them tight. Okay. Do it again. Okay. Now let me do it. Boom. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. That's it. That's it. Okay. Now at this point here, our left leg has straightened.
Yep.
Okay? Now, so here now we're gonna reverse our tilt. We're gonna bring the shaft so it's
So the tilt comes
parallel. So we reverse our tilt. Okay. All right.
And then stop.
Now we're gonna continue left. How our left arm went inside.
Yep.
We'll say 45 degrees.
Right
Our right
arm
arm's going to go
inside.
So inside. Now you reverse your tilt. You reverse it too much right there. Reverse your tilt here, right here. Right arm's inside. Now back. You tilt off.
Bang.
So it's here. It's here. I reversed and then I come up.
You take the tilt, the
and
20
backwards.
out. Yeah.
Backwards. Now I put the 20 in backwards.
Got
But I
it.
maintain my 20. My head is 25 degrees to the horizon, and the shaft is down my ears.
Back in '97 there, I had a good run, and I won the Doral tournament, and then the very next week I won the Players' Championship. During the last round, I kind of lost feel of what I was doing at the Doral tournament. And Terry knows this. I got to the 13th hole, it was par 3, and it's near the woods. And there was a group weight, so I took off out into the woods to hit the can, but I went over there and did some drills. I did a quick set of about 50, and came back, and I got it all back in there, and just rode it right into the end.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it.
So Paul, I'm going to hit a couple of shots here. So for me, I'm just going to do my little drill here when I do the exercise, and people are going to see the exercise. Some of the exercise that I most enjoyed, I really enjoy doing, and I did them for a month, and you know that I did them for 4 hours a day just to get used to all your exercises. You know, it was a big. You've done them for 25 years, but nonetheless, I still do them every day. Love that one, and that one right there, right? And then when people put that twirl in, they're going to feel that distance that comes, and that velocity they're going to pick up. It's going to be amazing, right?
Right.
And as we put those tilts back in, we start to feel all that.
Yeah.
This is what it's going to look like.
This is what it's going to look like. And what was so pretty about that golf swing, it was all one piece going back, one piece going through.
There's a lot going on that people don't realize, right?
Right. But look at this, one piece back swing, one piece forward swing.
Real
How
balance.
can you match?
Real balance, huh?
Balance. And what he's also done is he's released this right ankle. Okay, which is nice. And this foot didn't go this way. It stayed about 10 degrees to the right, okay, which is perfect.
Inside, right?
Inside
Yep.
to the right. And this is nice and tight right here. And his left leg is straight. Boom, his hips are turned, his lumbar is straight up and down. That's a must.
Pressure there.
No pressure there. He can play golf till he's 100. He won't have any back problems. And his thoracic is backwards 20 degrees, and he maintained his 20-degree tilt to the right. It looks like you could repeat that 1,000 times.
Yeah. Loving that. Loving that. Loving that. That. Right?
Yeah. But
Keep these closed.
What I'm loving is you rotating around that center of gravity.
That was my draw. How'd that look?
Wait, does that feel good to you?
Yeah.
The balance and everything?
So Paul, it's been awesome working on the sequence. We've learned a lot together, and we're doing well. And I think people are going to realize a number of things. You know, once they learn the sequence, they can do it, right?
Yes.
If they do the exercises, they will get the strength in their fingers, and they will understand what moves next.
That's right.
Is that right?
That's correct.
So,
That's correct.
Could you give us, without, you know, what do you think a good program is when they watch this tape and the people start to do the exercises? What is the expectations for people? You've taught so many people. What is the expectation? When do they start really getting it? Does it take a couple weeks or a couple months, or is it they're going to see improvement? Yes.
When they start doing the exercises, the feelings that we say will be revealed to you, you start getting those revelations right off.
Yeah.
Okay, right off. And
what you mean by that, Paul, is I just want to expand on that thought, because you told me when I did the exercises that things would be revealed to me, and I didn't really know what you meant by that, and they're not going to know either. So when you do the exercise and you understand the tape and the exercises, after a little while you go, oh, I can do it, right? There it is. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. We have to separate our upper torso from our lower torso, just to give an illustration. Now, if you sit on the end of the bed and put your arms on top of your chest and bring it back, and then bring it back with your lower torso. At first, when you do it, it'll be sloppy. You'll bring it back together. But if you do 100 a day, you'll eventually feel the separation of the two. And that's what I mean being revealed to you. Being revealed to you.
There'll be a lot of things being revealed, right?
Right.
But the main thing is, what we want to thank you for is showing us the sequence and all the years that you've put in to get it, right?
A lot of years.
How many?
35.
Great day. Thank you.
It's great being
Thank you, Paul.
Great being with you.
Thank you.